there guys, and welcome back to Factorio Space Exploration. I'm Xterminator, and thank you for joining me. And we are going to try to get some of this iron stuff going here for the steel smelter. So a fair bit's been done. We've added quite a few grids. So smelter, last time I was kind of showing you the general idea and stuff, and the heck? Oh, these are all my bodies. I'm like, why are there so many names? Why is my name on here like 6 times? It's more like 8 times. I want to show you the completed thing of this. And then we added several more grids. So this one up here is oil production. We're very much lacking crude oil. I'm working on getting that going. And then, so yeah, this makes pretty much the liquid products, which are then set up, put into trains here and leave, and then go over to this one. And yes, all these turrets are necessary. We have some pretty big biter attacks coming in over here. And then we make a bunch of plastic here, a bunch of sulfur here, which isn't really working at the moment because reasons. There's no water, apparently. Are we training in water? Seems a bit silly. No, I don't think we are. Actually, look, I think maybe we haven't hooked up water yet or something. Oh, this all died. Okay, yeah, that'd do it. So there's that. And so this is kind of gives you an idea what the grid things will look like. And then on the smelter, what we decided to do, and what I did is well, some of the guys who help out on here moved this smelter up. So there's no exit stacker, but I really don't think there needs to be because it's a fairly low train throughput system. It was kind of designed that way. So they leave here. We may redo this a bit, but there's not going to be an output stacker, I don't believe. Suppose there could be one down here if we really wanted to. But then there is an input stacker here that has room for 5 trains. And it comes in here. And then we did have it so they will, trains will fit by pulling up right behind us, which is exactly what I was trying to achieve. On this one here, and then this one especially, it's a little wonky. It's on the curve because it's not quite long enough for a straight. But that's totally fine. It doesn't hurt anything for the wagons here to be on a curve when it's waiting. And it clears this, which is perfect. And then, yeah, so that's pretty much this. I want to try to get this going on stream. Yesterday, I set up most of an iron outpost. We're going to connect that today. And then people were asking on stream and on the video last time, like, what am I going to do with this area here? These square things, diamonds. I call them diamonds, but I guess they're more like squares. I don't know, I think it's too small to put any sort of production reasonably. I was thinking it would be cool to do some sort of like aesthetic thing, maybe like get a mod like Factorio or something, where we can place trees and some cool stuff, maybe do like little parks in here. Especially if it's blueprintable, the stuff. I'm not sure if it is. If it's not blueprintable, then I may not, because that's an insane amount of work manually doing it in every single one. Or maybe someone had an idea on stream yesterday to put like donators' names like in here with like the text plates mod, and then also do an aesthetic thing. I think just putting a name in here by itself would be kind of weird. But I think maybe if we spruce it up, do some like cool designs with concrete or something, or still do like a park idea and then someone's name like in the middle, that would maybe be kind of cool. So that's kind of the plan with those, that these are going to form here in the middle. And yeah, so we're obviously hitting this outpost. We can't put another octagon up here. But that's fine. Once this mine's out, we'll expand out. We can expand to the right here a bit, a little bit. One more. There is a 25 mil iron patch here I don't really want to build over yet. But this is going to go out in all directions, so we should have more than enough grids to start with. So all this is going to go away eventually. But let's go ahead and work on getting the train stuff set up. Now there is a... Actually going to go hop a ride on our little engineering train here, because it has most of what we need. So really the outpost is... Oh, sorry, I'm drinking water and it tastes really funny. Odd. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to take this out, and the outpost is pretty much entirely done, aside from just needing power and rails to it. So I'm going to do a temp station. If you're in the train map here and you hold control and left click, you can set up temporary stations. So we're just going to set one up like here, because we need to figure out a good way to connect this out there. And actually, while we're on the way, I'm going to Alt-Tab here really quickly and go grab my rail blueprints for my normal rails, which I don't think I have in this particular map. So, 2-lane. I think 2-lane should be sufficient for that. So we'll do that. I may want to wait to copy it in until we're done moving, just in case. So this is kind of what traveling around the grid is going to look like. It's not super efficient, but it is cool. So then this guy, I'm just going to throw a manual right here. So let's import straight rail. Yeah, these are not what I was looking for. Here we go. Okay, so there's the blueprint. So basically, this guy here, this is when nanobots would be good, because they don't put the wood in my inventory. But nanobots is actually broken with one of the mods we have, stdlib, the standard library. And I don't think it's fixed yet, so we kind of have to wait on that. I do have a ton of space here, so actually... Can I, like, edit? Okay, not really. I have to, like, put it in my inventory to edit it. So this is gonna go that way. Trying to figure out the best way to tie this in, because a lot of the tie-ins for the inner grid part are gonna be here. I think maybe coming off this direction would be good, so some of this I'm gonna have to do freehand. Let's see, is there... that's almost what we want, actually. That actually kind of work. Get rid of some of this stuff, but this should certainly work. So, let's see, where do we want this to... Well, actually, is that even... No, because it really needs to come over this way. We could swap the thing around. Actually, we could... I don't really want to do that, though. So... Temporarily, we could redo this, but just to make this work, I am going to... Actually... Okay, it doesn't quite line up. How do we want to do this? I suppose just like here works. Did I turn my ports off? I did. Okay, so we're gonna get a little bit of a funky crossing here and there, potentially. But that's okay. So this is gonna come over. We could actually just do diagonal. I was gonna turn it into straight once we get up there. I mean, I guess it is straight, but it is actually it is. It's only a diagonal compared to this. I'm dumb. So this needs to be replaced a bit. We actually want these to be chain signals on these crossing. You want chain signals almost always before rail crossings, unless you're doing some specific priority. And this is actually going the wrong direction, because both these... I'm dumb. Okay, this is actually wrong. I did this a little bit wrong. That's okay. So this one actually goes here. So what we're... Because this is actually meant to be something like this. And then this one is going to tie in here. We want it to be able to come from both either track and then go to either track. So basically, this here merges, and I suppose this one here should do that too. And then that guy just got a little wonky because it was kind of on a weird curve thing. And yeah, so then this here, and here we may again redo all this, but... And then that one replace like that. Close enough. Okay, so now if we back him on up and take a left here. Here we go. Something's out of fuel. I feel like there's always a train out of fuel. Is that important? It is important. It's gonna have to sit there for a while though. Okay, so let's find a straight piece we have here. Maybe. Actually, do I want to like a curve first, maybe? Yeah, it's a little bit weird, but it's fine for now. We don't have the power poles. There should be power poles in this. Sure hope there's power poles in this. Aha! There are no modules. We are very low on modules. Luckily, I don't really need modules for this outpost. And then how do we want to do this? So this one should actually come this way. Here we go. See, I don't use blueprints a lot in my games because I think it kind of takes the fun out like, oh, whenever we stop the train, our light source goes away. I think building things like each game, like building new things each game, is a lot more fun. But rail blueprints are a thing that I will pretty much use the same ones every game, unless I'm doing something incredibly specific that I don't have a blueprint for. And that's mostly just because, I mean, yeah, there's not really much of a reason to not do that. I don't see a reason to reinvent your rails every single time unless, like I said, unless you're doing something so specific that it just, like, requires something entirely different. Okay, I'm not actually sure how this is going to work. This may actually be a slight issue. So what I'm actually going to do, we're going to tear up a little bit of this, cut it back a bit. So Alt-D is the hotkey to get that. This one was filtered. Okay, so then now... Here we go. Actually, do we want... Hold up. I think we need to get out. Do we want a stacker on this? We actually probably do. Could be a problem. It doesn't leave out the back. Remember, these are single-headed trains. It leaves out the front, which also makes it somewhat interesting. I've never really built a station like this before. How do we do this on the other ones? Where it's like a loop system? I guess it is just a loop system. Alrighty then. So if we want a stacker here... Okay, so actually I think how I had it before was actually correct. I kind of messed up a little bit. Yeah, okay. So let's see, go like that. Because what we're actually going to do is we're going to pull this in actually from above and build the stacker vertically, because we can't fit a stacker horizontally here. So our next best bet then is obviously to just pull off higher up and then just put a vertical stacker there. It doesn't need to be big or anything, but it would be wise to have at least room for like 1 or 2 additional trains. I usually find that's a good idea. And in order to get the correct train length, if we go to our map view and use our handy copy paste tool, we know that this here is exactly the length of what this train is going to be. So we're going to copy it, going to go out of map view. Actually, if I were smart, I would copy something that's already a stacker, like this. Yeah, there's a little bit in there that's not quite what we want, but that's fine. And we're going to have to redo a little bit of this. Let's pull this. Let's do that. See what happens. Actually, we may not have to redo it. I was going to turn this, but it's actually fine if it kind of just loops out. Okay, that was like 1 too many. There we go. Wrong. Double wrong. That actually maybe... Does that need to sit back a little bit? Perhaps. Sorry, bot. Kept you waiting. This is super long. I mean, these are, what, 13 length trains? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 13. I was going to go 12. I'm not quite sure why I put, I mean, locomotives on there, but okay. And then this actually needs to kind of turn out the other direction. Okay, so then now this guy will come on up. We'll just continue building this. And we'll just pull off of this. So I'm actually out of track. So instead of running all the way back down, yet again, our handy temporary station. Go. Get rid of that one. Dude, I love this. This is so awesome. This temporary station feature is amazing. Okay, so let's just grab some rail, some of these. Bunch of rail. There we go. And this guy's just going to come over here. It doesn't actually need to tie in here because remember this is not the exit. This is only the entrance. So just needs to do that basically. And do that, do that. Do that, and then probably a chain signal here would be good. Throw another signal after that. Could cause an issue here, we'll see. So there we go. So there's the entrance. And then let's actually pull some power off. Actually, power... We had some major power issues at the end of last stream, so I'm not really sure if that's fixed or not. When all those new oil builds kick on, it absolutely drains our power. So we'll have to see what happens here. I'm not sure why the heck that's there. I don't know why this is here either. What in the hell? Why are there signals everywhere? What is happening? There's like random signals everywhere, dude. What in tarnation? Okay, well I don't know where that one was, but... so these are all mining, of course. What we could do, we have some bots. Gonna need more than that. These are not requesting. And let's see if we can build one of these trains. So actually, I have 10 wagons. Yeah, that's exactly how much I need. So let's go ahead and get this guy set up. I'm not sure we'll be able to get it all set up entirely because I want to go too long this episode. Actually, we may be able to. There we go. And then this is going to request... I don't know. I usually like to do about 400 a chest. Actually, no, I like there to be enough. So this can hold 2,000 because it stacks 50 and there's 4 lines. So 500. Because that means that there will be exactly 2,000 here when the train comes back. So we obviously need a lot more robots than this because they're not super fast. We don't have a ton of cargo capacity. Now the one issue here is they're always going to pull from the closest miners, which is going to mine this unevenly. There are ways to prevent that, but for our first outpost, I'm not that worried about it, in all honesty. Actually, there's hardly any robots in there. Man, fail. Well, another 100-ish is better than nothing, right? Okay, so he is here. Now we just need to tie this in. Let's just kind of do... We don't need like an output stack or anything on this. So what is... Yeah, I don't really understand. I've never built loop systems like this. I guess we just loop out, and it's easy as that. It's kind of ugly. It's actually really ugly, but... Could I not? Hello? Game, I don't want to connect it like that. Okay. So then merge here. There's a signal merge here. That's actually probably fine as it is. I think I do want... a signal somewhere in here, though. I think here. Because after it's cleared... After it's cleared this signal entirely, this one should turn green? No. Okay, maybe that would work. Okay, so then this one we're just gonna say, we're gonna call it Megabase, so Megabase Iron 1, unless I've named them that way already. Doesn't look like it. And then down here, we only have like a couple stations set up. Not really ready yet. But we can go ahead and do this. So this one's going to be... what's a good naming convention for this? Megabase Grid 1, Steel 1. Because there may be multiple grids. Or no, let's actually do Steel 1, Grid 1. Steel, Grid 1, 1. I'm trying to think how to name this so it makes sense, because there may be multiple grid sections with steel. Megabase, steel, Grid 1, Station 1. Okay, that makes sense, right? That would actually be Station 2. This would be Station 1. Or the other way around, but whatever. So you're going to do that. And then this guy, we want to say... Not do that. Megabase, iron 1, inventory full. And... Good one, steel 2, inventory empty. And this is full, theoretically. So, I'm going to go ahead and see if he'll actually get there. And we don't have any pathing errors, which is fantastic. If we click on him, we can actually see the route he's taking. And this is basically what you would expect. Because there's no actual tie. You can't actually tie in coming this direction, unfortunately. So this is kind of how this works. It's not very efficient, but, I mean, you can see he's actually almost already there. It's really not too bad at all. So he's going to come in here, and if this is signaled correctly, he should wait in there. Fantastic. Okay, guys, so there we go. First iron train. I'll move those other ones. We can get that thing working through. It doesn't actually even need bots. So next episode, I'm ending in a cliffhanger for you. Next episode, we'll get to see the smelter actually working, which should be pretty interesting, because I haven't actually tested it working yet. And I definitely need to add more bots to this as well. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm super excited. We're making good progress. And, yeah, if you have any thoughts, questions, leave them below. But until next time, I'll look forward to seeing you all. And do take care.